know what? I'm pulling my support for Halo Infinite. Pull the support! I'm out! The reason why I'm pulling my support for Halo Infinite, the reason why I am pulling my excitement, my intrigue over this game is the honeymoon phase is over with. You know, the Xbox Live event that, you know, for me was really, really exciting because I got to see what Microsoft was doing, and it was okay, and I liked some of the games that were coming out. To be honest with you, I'm not gonna lie to you, I can't remember anything from that event. Like, I can't remember anything. Can you remember anything from that event? I don't think so. But I can't remember anything from that event, and it comes like a couple of weeks after Halo Infinite has been delayed, I think to like early 2021 or late or mid. I don't know when it's been delayed. I know that it's supposed to come out in 2021. I just don't know at what time, at what point, whenever. I don't know. Microsoft hasn't told me any information. They just said it's been delayed. And you know what? It's just my opinion on it. This isn't good. This isn't good at all. The reason why this isn't good is forget about Sony and the games that are going to be coming out when the PS5 comes out. Forget all of that stuff. Just hone in on the series, Halo Infinite. And when you look at Halo as a series in the past, like, I don't even know how many games. Hold on, let me look up the games. I have it pulled up on my computer here. So in the last like 10 years, there have been multiple games released for the Halo series. Some in the mainline series, others are kind of like spin-offs, like Halo Wars. Do you want to know the developer that has essentially developed all of the Halo games pretty much since 2010, which was the last game that Bungie developed for Microsoft, in the last Halo game, I think it was Halo Reach. Do you want to know who's been working on the Halo series as a whole? It's been 343. And in fact, 343 was essentially created to only make Halo games. They were the studio, if you don't know why it's named 343, it's named after a character in the game 343, Guilty Spark. So it's named after a character in the game. The games that they've made since 2011, and I'll have a screenshot of it on screen now, has been Halo Infinite, not Halo Infinite, Jesus Christ, Halo Combat Evolved Anniversary, Halo 4, Halo Spartan Assault, Halo the Master Chief Collection, Halo Spartan Strike, Halo 5 Guardians, Halo Online, Halo Wars Definitive Edition, Halo Wars 2, Halo Recruit, Halo Fireteam Raven, and Halo Infinite. It worries me that this has been the studio that has worked on Halo games. It worries me that this has been the studio that has released, like a crap ton of Halo games over the last 10 years. And on top of that, I mean, has there been a great Halo game in the last 10 years? Like, you can maybe say, I mean, I don't know, like maybe Halo 4? If you like Halo 4, but not Halo 5. Like, it's confused. And some of the other games aren't even their own games. Like, I mean, Halo Wars, I think, was started as like a branch off from Bungie, like another studio made it. I don't know if they like, oh yeah, it's in collaboration with Creative Assembly. So like Creative Assembly made it. Like, I don't know what I'm getting from 343. It's been 6 years since they made the last Halo game, and they've just been doing remakes and stuff like that, but it's like they haven't full-time had their focus and attention be on the Halo series. A good example of a developer kind of overreaching and trying to do way too much within the video gaming landscape and the industry, and kind of just seeking and having different attention all over the industry is Santa Monica Studios. They're one of my favorite studios of all time. The heralded, the award-winning, the fantastic studio that made the God of War series, not just God of War on the PS4, but God of War 2, God of War 3, God of War Ghost of Sparta, and then the God of War where you find Deimos. But nobody remembers that they also had a mobile game that was on that was a part of the God of War series, and nobody remembers that. And you could make a very, very good argument that God of War Ascension wasn't up to par because of how spread out the developer tried to be and tried to become. They wanted to delve into the multiplayer aspect of the video gaming industry. They had, back then in the early 2010s, you had to have a multiplayer aspect in your video game to make your video game be longer. And now that philosophy is kind of permeated throughout the industry. My point is that it's really, really hard to work on multiple different platforms for multiple different years, and then try to have kind of a return to form game in Halo Infinite. I mean, Cyberpunk 2077 is another example from a developer where CD Projekt Red, as they were working on development for Cyberpunk 2077, they were also working on, guess what? The Witcher 3, and technically they were finishing it off. They had 2 games in the oven, and they tried to finish them off, but they took their time. It took 7 years for Cyberpunk to be released. Hopefully it's going to be released this year. It took like 5 years for The Witcher 3 to be released. But they didn't kind of dilute their focus and work on other games. They just stayed on the course, stayed on The Witcher, got that out, stayed on the course, stayed on Cyberpunk. They didn't divulge that much except with Gwent, and that's kind of it. But I worry. I don't know if this is going to be a great game. I don't know if it's going to be a good game. I'm pulling my support of Halo Infinite, and I am extremely worried about this video game. Yes, because it's delayed, even though they said that we're delaying the game to improve the quality of the game, I'm still very worried about Halo Infinite. This has been 24. Remember to like, comment, favorite, and subscribe for more. Until my next video, I hope you have a fantastic day, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.